Hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys a first-person replay commentary. I'm going to be playing Earthshaker today, and this is a game that was a couple days old, like 5 days ago or something. I played with Memoria, Mind, and Gods here, and a mystery bear person. I don't know who that guy was. We were playing against Brax and Sayuri on the other team, and a couple other people that I didn't recognize. So Earthshaker is the hero that I got this game. I don't remember if I ran. I think we're playing random. Oh, we're playing random draft. So I saw Earthshaker, and I locked eyes with him. And then I chose him. Unfortunately, I just bought the new Earthshaker set today, and you won't be able to see it this game, but it looks really cool. It has like these they're kind of shaped like a mineral cluster that you sometimes see, but it's actually made out of rocks. And he has a big face on the back, which is kind of weird. But whatever, the set looks awesome. I'm going to use it in the future. I really like playing Earthshaker a lot. He's very different than a lot of other support heroes, and the reason is because he's basically a walking fissure and not much else, at least for the first 6 levels or so. Like, you kind of have to play him as if he literally has one skill, and that's all he can do, because your opportunities to go into melee range and actually accomplish things are very low. That doesn't happen very often, so you do end up having to play him very safe and aiming for range stuns at the right time that hit multiple people and hopefully blocking off opponents and stuff like that. So, yeah, fun hero. Try him out sometime. I know I made an Earthshaker video about 2 months ago, but I figured this one was sweet, and it had lots of star power in it, so I figured you guys would enjoy it. And it is taking forever for a random draft to go through. Anyways, let's talk about starting item builds quick. As a support here, you should obviously buy either wards or the courier. I think this game ended up going for sentry smoke, I believe. And from there, you really don't need that much HP regen. Usually, like 1 tango is going to be enough, and then you should buy a ton of clarity potions. Usually, you need a lot of clarity potions because, again, all he can really do is fissure, so you should definitely focus on making sure that you have enough to be able to fissure repeatedly. So, cool things you can do with fissure. It's actually a pretty low duration stun. It only stuns for, I think, maximum 1.75 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Or, I think it's about there. It is an AoE, so you can hit a lot of your opponents, but other than the stun duration, does an okay nuke at 275, so it's a bit disappointing in terms of how much damage it does individually, but yeah, 1.75 second stun duration and up to 275 magic damage. If you're in close range, Aftershock's going to proc, of course, but as a range disable, it's not amazing for its stun duration. It's really just amazing because of the range, and it's also been buffed recently. The fissure length has been increased, I believe, from 1200 to 1300, something like that. It was like a very slight range buff, but more importantly, his turn radius, his turn speed is increased, which basically means that if you're running away and you need to turn around and fissure behind you, the speed of this is actually increased. So that means that you can turn around and fissure a little bit faster, or fissure a little faster, which is kind of a nice little buff to him. So again, I bought sentries with a smoke. I bought 1 tango, and I got 3 clarity potions with a single ironwood branch. I figured I didn't necessarily need 4 clarity potions, and also if you look at the mana cost for 1 fissure, it's 125. If you grab ironwood branches, this means that the amount of clarity to go from 1 fissure to 2 fissure in the early game is not a huge amount, because obviously 125 times 2 is 250, so that's something to actually be concerned about when you're playing Earthshaker. Even buying a second ironwood branch wouldn't be a horrible thing if you're more concerned about being able to fissure twice in a short period of time while taking damage. It's a 15-second cooldown, so you need 250 for that. Every ironwood branch gives you 13 mana, sorry. So that would put me up to what, 234, which is pretty darn close. I should be able to get basically 2 fissures guaranteed without a clarity potion. So something interesting to keep in mind, because sometimes you will need to fissure twice in a team fight in the early game. So important things that I can look for at this point. We're versus a solo Clockwork. I have a support Nyx with me, and we also have a Spectre, so we have 3 melee heroes versus a Clock, which isn't really the best thing, because it gives Clockwork a lot of potential for scoring kills on people. But on the bright side, we have 3 heroes, so we should be able to beat them out here. Blue's just waiting over there. We're going to wait for the creeps to see if they spawn. It looks like they did end up getting blocked. I don't know if that was because of what Clockwork placed or what, but he has a DD right now. We definitely do want to contest his EXP at the moment, so it looks like Nyx is going to be handling that one. I have spotted that the camp is blocked, so I'm going to go put a sentry. I always place a sentry right above the tree line here. This will catch observer wards that are in about this AoE, and I'm checking around for it. I'm going to go check the magic bush spot, see if it's there. It is not at the magic bush, so this means that it's probably on the bottom half. I was checking to see which camps are there. The large camp was not there, so the block is approximately here. So that means if you want to deward these bottom spots, you just have to place the sentry slightly lower than that, which is what I ended up doing. So yeah, the block spot's about here. It's a little bit past the this little road, so if you do need to deward it, there it is. So I used 2 sentries to block the 1 ward, which is not the worst thing in the world. I don't know where the second observer ward is. Maybe it's over on the rune spot somewhere. It's not actually here, so but it's somewhere. Anyways, at this point, I'm going to go block off the clockwork if possible. I was going to initially fissure him, and then I was like, oh, I should do the block off. And then his, unfortunately, his battery assault ended up getting me. And I did not get a right click off there. And unfortunately, he's going to end up surviving. So that was a pretty big mistake for me. We should have gotten that kill. I should have just fissure blocked across immediately, because that would have forced him to actually run through the jungle, and his escape path would have been much longer. And that's the biggest benefit of fissure in the early game, is that it lasts for 8 seconds. That's a huge disable in a way. Like if you force somebody's path to completely change, it's kind of game breaking. And there's not very many skills that do that. It's like Tuskar and fissure and not a whole lot else. There's not a lot of abilities like that in the game, so it's very powerful in its uniqueness. So I should have just fissured straight across. I mean, that was decision-making problems. At first I was like, oh, I'll just fissure him, we'll get the kill. And then I was like, oh yeah, I can fissure block, so I went to fissure block, and then it was too late. I got battery assaulted, so it's too unfortunate. So we lost the killer. We definitely should have gotten that, and that would have given our hero a nice advantage. So the mid lane is a Puck versus an OD, which isn't a very good lane for the Puck at all. I can't really do a gank there because Puck has no mana, number 1, and Puck plus an Earthshaker in the early levels is probably not going to kill an OD. It would take probably 2 heroes to be able to get the kill. I'm going to do a stack here. Actually, it looks like I did end up doing a pull. I'll just do a pull through, and this is probably the better way to do it. Luckily, I did catch all the creeps just barely. Doing a pull through is pretty important because you can kill 2 creeps usually, and you don't also have to wait 2 minutes to be able to take the wave. Like every time you do a pull through, basically, you can guarantee that you do it every time the minute respawns. Essentially, I didn't have enough time to be able to deny that. By the way, don't get too greedy on some creeps, but it's about 600 HP. Once the creeps are at about 600 HP, you can pull through, and here we go. So I was able to get the Alpha Wolf. I'm going to pick up level 2 here, and I've got a clockwork over here. It was a little bit of a waste for me to throw my fissure at that point because it was stacked with the stun coming out of the Nyx, but largely I just wanted to add my nuke damage. 125 damage for a level 1 nuke is actually amazing. That's one of the really nice things about fissure. The nuke damage it applies at level 1 is ridiculous. It makes Earthshaker one of the best supports for that reason. So I ended up pulling the creeps through. I knew that they weren't going to kill the Alpha Wolf, so I just let it go. And also we had to go set up the kill. So anyways, Clockwork has died now and things are looking okay. Always pick up Aftershock at level 2. There's not really any circumstance where grabbing Enchant Totem is worth it. If you guys don't know how his other 2 skills work, I know it can be slightly confusing. Enchant Totem by itself just is a cast animation, and it gives him bonus damage on his next hit. If you also have Aftershock, the way Aftershock works is anytime Earthshaker casts a spell, which is whether Fissure, Enchant Totem, or Echo Slam, it will do an AoE stun and damage in an area around you. And this is magic damage, so that means in melee range, the radius is 300, so it's something like... It's a pretty good AoE. It's something like this, basically. This AoE around him will do a nuke and a stun. And it's recently been buffed so that the stun duration goes up in the early game, which in my opinion completely makes it worth to grab Enchant Totem. I think it's definitely a mistake, in my opinion, to not get at least 1 Enchant Totem before 6. Because at some point you're going to have an opportunity to Aftershock. It basically means Aftershock stun duration is okay. The way this used to scale used to be 0.3 second stun at level 1, which was pretty crappy. In a lot of ways it was worth it to leave the Aftershock at just level... to max out Aftershock and leave Enchant Totem maxed out. But if you're at all expecting to be in melee range against one of your opponents, definitely grab Enchant Totem at level 4, basically. So, if you cast a spell, you'll get an Aftershock. This also goes with Fissure, so that means if you're in a melee range with Fissure, and you cast Fissure on the ground, Aftershock will also hit. So this actually means that Fissure can do a 400 damage nuke in an AoE around you, which is probably one of the reasons why the Fissure nuke isn't extremely high at level 4, just sitting at 275, because if you're in melee range, you can do a 400 AoE nuke, which means that Earthshaker's AoE in a melee range is pretty insane, actually. So basically, Enchant Totem is just kind of used as a low cooldown to set up multiple Aftershock stuns. Cooldown on this has also been reduced recently. It used to be like, I don't know, 7 seconds or 10 seconds or something like that, and now it's 5 seconds, which is really low. So every 5 seconds you can do a 1.5 second stun, which is really huge. This means that if you don't get a BKB against an Earthshaker, he's oftentimes going to be a huge problem. I really should have teleported to that. I wasn't watching on the map though, so unfortunately for me, Gauze, he misses out. He does get the kill afterwards, but I could have been there for EXP maybe, something like that. Spotted the haste rune here. I realized I needed to juke, and unfortunately I juked the wrong way a little fast, and he's going to end up spotting me. It was really stupid for me to actually run in here. I don't think that was worth it all. I should have actually used a tango maybe to get out, and started this off a lot earlier.
Is missing.
Could have juked that so much better. I juked that really, really bad. Alright, it looks like Spectre's going to be able to get the kill though, so. But I played that really bad. I made like 3 bad decisions there. As soon as I saw the haste, I should have ran, which I started running. Then I started running directly left, and he was obviously going to be ganking mid. And then when I realized that was his intention, I decided to juke down. And then while I was juking down, I decided to go hide in this clump, which is a complete mistake. I should have just stayed on the open or something, because then it would have been a lower chance of me getting blocked in, for example. And then I fissure blocked myself. It was just like worst case scenario by all means. But regardless, we did get a kill from it, so some gold is going to end up going towards Spectre as a result. So Spectre's doing okay. I think he has. Oh, he actually does have 2 kills now, so that's pretty good. With 35 CS, he doesn't have as much as the Weaver is working with, but it's not the end of the world here. So he's picked up Tranquil Boots. I remember this game. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. I'm so sorry. I really shouldn't have been looking around here. I basically just saved Puck's life, and I completely whiffed it. I was totally going to make a good point about this. I don't know if you saw, but I fished. Alright, we're going back. I can't skip that. I'm sorry. Close your eyes. Alright, there we go. We have to watch this. This part was too crucial. The chat's coming up again for some reason. Anyways, I am apparently AFK mid, and I saw the disable. I want to send a position where I could cover if needed. And there we go. I fissured a lot of important people, so. It's really important to be around to do stuff like that, which is why I had to go back for this. It's really important that you're in position to do things like that. If you can land fissures at the right time, it completely stops the gank. Stunning every single hero from a really safe range just saves the day. And I also had the benefit of blocking off all the supports from the guy that they wanted to kill. So even if they wanted to go for that kill, they literally had no way of being able to stop that. I'm going to just fissure here for 1 creep because I have some extra clarity potions and I want to get some extra gold. And this also does some harass on the OD as well. Being able to pick up level 5 is also going to be pretty nice. So I've got 3 levels of fissure. My stun duration is pretty good from range, and also the nuke is okay. So, saw an observer ward going down. I was a little unsure if I wanted to buy clarity or sentries for this, and I think I ultimately did decide to buy sentries because I wanted a little bit more map control. If you see your opponents place an observer ward, being able to stop it immediately is actually pretty useful. You are losing money technically because a sentry costs more than an observer ward now, but killing that map control, I mean, observer wards, especially in the early game, are a lot less available than they used to be. The downside is that both of our supports are melee, so dewarding is a little bit of a pain in the butt. In fact, I think the only way that we could deward would be with the Quelling Blade that's on the Spectre. So we do see a lot of their heroes running through the jungle, so for now we can't actually go deward it. I do have a TP scroll though, so I can TP support on the mid lane if he does get in trouble. But ideally, I would not want to go there. So for now, it's just kind of hanging out in the jungle. I probably shouldn't be here, though. I'm just going to back off. I figured that, yep, they did come back that way, so I'm going to go run and hide now. That observer ward is really useful, though, because it does spot anybody that goes into our jungle or roams from bot to mid, for example. So we're able to spot them wherever they're going. And we should be able to see them again, going back to the mid lane. And there they are, going back mid. I'm gonna go TP to the top lane because they were pushing here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
In case somebody gets dived, and we'll be able to cover this.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Unfortunately, my fissure I think messed us up there, and I also made the mistake of dying to the wards.
Radiant's top tower is
I think there was a chance that we could have killed the Weaver there, but I think I needed to fissure on the left side of him. Because the issue was that the Timber Saw was not able to get within range. This does not look wise. Yeah, there's no way he's going to get that kill. My fissure blocked the Timber Saw from melee range, basically, and that meant that any burst coming from Timber Saw, at least from the Whirling Death, were not going to happen. So, as well, it also makes Timber Chain a lot harder. So my fissure placements were not very good in this early game, that's for sure. But regardless, killing the Weaver would have been really tough to do, because you do have to get him. You do have to burst him down perfectly with your stun duration, and very often you're not going to have a chance to do that. Was able to set up the follow-up stun. We got a kill on the Shadow Shaman without too much effort. Alright, so at this point I was like, alright, let's deward this ward. I'm going to need the Spectre to show up. This really sucks that the Spectre has to come all the way over to deward this, but on the bright side we didn't lose very much from that Observer ward being there, I guess. So there's the Observer ward. I'm like, hey guys, come kill this. I was hoping maybe Puck would as well. Oh well, they had vision of my sentry, but their sentry just ran out. That's pretty funny. Did you see them running over to the, like, maybe we can get there in time? That was really greedy from mine there. I guess he's not going to die at least, but... And he just got nailed. Unfortunately, I couldn't TP.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, I'm going to block him off.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Might also kind of blocked in there.
Yeah, thanks.
At this point I have to go back to base, and this is one of the downsides of playing Earthshaker, is that you do very often have to just run. Alright, we just confirmed here that I couldn't use the Quelling Blade. Oh, looks like somebody... Okay, looks like the Puck did end up getting it. But I couldn't actually save the Nyx Assassin there, I had no mana. And sometimes as an Earthshaker you just simply have to go back to base, because you run out of Clarity Potions, or you don't have Arcane Boots yet. Like, dying twice hurt me a little too much here, so I was unable to get enough mana, or enough money to grab an Arcane Boots at this point. So back to base. I feel like I wasted my time there a little bit. I did save the Spectre, but I would have liked to make a kill with that rather than defensive posture.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Almost level 6 as well.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It means I'll have a possible Echo Slam. Using Echo Slam in the early game is usually a little difficult as well, because most people won't go into melee range, or at least they won't let you pick up the easy echo, but you can set it up with some help from allies usually. I'm going to TP mid because he definitely needs some help. Luckily I was able to do the fissure follow-up, and we got the chain stuns off, so it worked out really well for us. Always wait until their stun duration is almost up though. Like I didn't want to, I had the opportunity to fissure earlier, but I wanted to wait at least until they were at a point where the Split Earth was about to end. Once the Split Earth ends, or the Nyx stun ends, I fissure immediately after that, because you want to have them stunned as long as possible. Even though we maybe still could have gotten the kill otherwise, like, you might as well wait until the stun duration is about up. Obviously don't give them any time to like astral themselves or pop wands or anything. Like, stack the stuns very slightly, but just stacking the stuns, or not stacking the stuns perfectly, it really makes a big difference.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
It doesn't look looking very good for our Puck here. He looked quite dead. I maybe should have been watching. I think the Weaver got away here. I also maybe could have fissure blocked there. That would have been really cool. But I wasn't really sure where he was going. I wasn't paying very good attention though. He ended up getting a solo kill on one of our guys. So anyways, I've almost got Arcane Boots at least. Again, I can position in a point where I can cover. I can't actually be bottom, unfortunately. So that's not very good. I could just walk to the Secret Shop now and pick up Arcane Boots, and I think that's what my goal is now. So I'll go grab Arcane Boots, and now I can roam a bit better. I kind of felt like their team was all over the map, essentially. Like, I was always a step behind them and slightly out of position. Ended up losing the Timber Saw in the top lane as well. But once you get Arcane Boots, you're pretty set for Earthshaker for now at least. Grabbing a Magic Stick early game can also help a lot in towards having enough mana. And I'm just going to do a fissure here. Unfortunately, he moved back a little bit, and my fissure didn't end up getting the last hit on the creep, which was my original intention. And also, I maybe shouldn't have fissured just for the fact that will slow the push. I guess the push is still coming through, so the wave will still push up to me, which means I'm going to have some time to farm. But I need to get some money for a TP scroll so that I can TP support allies. I'm going to pick up level 7 now, so my fissure is now maxed out. Fortunately, I blocked myself off a bit there. So I only got a couple of those, and here's a good example of action happening on the bot lane that I'm not going to be there for. Man, I could probably... Alright, Shadow Shaman's still going to die, but if I would have had a fissure there, I could have done a lot of stuff. Maybe we could have killed Clockwork or something. So, unfortunately, it didn't work out for us. Maybe I should just walk towards the bot lane and anticipate that. I don't know. It's hard to say, but unfortunately, it wasn't there. But that could have changed things big time, I think. And now there's heroes pushing top. There's heroes pushing middle. We don't have wards up right now. I spent all my money on TP scrolls, basically. It's like Weaver tried to kill our courier here. But at least when you're playing to support Earthshaker, it's really important that you get all the last hits if possible. Makes a really big impact. Looks like I didn't actually get him. It's a pretty greedy hook by him. Next skill points I get are going to go into Aftershock though, because I do want to level this up to get the stun duration up. Looks like Nick's going for kill top. I appear to be AFKing a lot this game. Or at least alt-tabbing. Looks like Nyx also picks up his arcanes. Okay, I did get both CS. Good. Love going for the CS harass. It's very, very strong. It's like some stuff happening mid, so I'm going to TP for this one.
Dire's bottom tower is under
If we can
attack.
get a disable on any of these guys, it would be really big, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to catch up, unfortunately. Or maybe they will stay. So, a little counter initiation again.
Presumably a pity.
And things worked out really nice again. Our Nyx was able to bait it, and they were a little too greedy, and they ended up staying around for it, so we got kills. So, for now as a support, I kind of just want to find space to farm if possible. I want to get towards a blink dagger, because once you get a blink on Earthshaker, he becomes one of the strongest guys you can have. One of the strongest supports, that is.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Really, I was telling him to fight this Leshrac, but he was taking forever. Guess he needed, like, very slight help for that one.
Stay near.
I wasn't really anticipating us getting this kill. I maybe should have positioned more, like right here, and then blocked off completely. We're in a really bad spot now. I don't actually have a fissure. Ooh. That was really close. I think I did see that the Weaver was over there. Ooh, he might be running right into him. Oh no, he is actually top. Anyways, I can get a magic stick. I got a TP scroll and an observer ward now. I felt like maybe if I had a magic stick in the last fight that I would have had enough for another fissure. Could have fissured the clockwork, for example. Comes the TP top. That's not going to accomplish very much. I don't think my fissure even hit anybody there. I've had quite the mediocre / bad early game, that's for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I
under
maybe
attack.
should have echoed that one. Didn't really see them though, so that's why I didn't go for it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So the fight didn't go very well for us there. Go dagger. Should be able to get that kill. Oh yeah. And he's taking a lot of damage.
Invisibility.
So I think it was a little too aggressive with my Echo Slam, basically. Like, as I'm sure you've seen, there's very few times where I'll go into melee range, but it's really usually just when you have Echo, when you have the opportunity for a setup. But they kind of reacted to it, they all kind of spread out and stuff, and I didn't really have the opportunity to go for it.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
So I'm going to go back top because they're pushing again. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Fissure's been absolutely crucial towards shutting down Shadow Shaman this game as well.
Stop
I maybe should have ran south instead of running up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is not a very good early game at all. My play has been pretty bad, honestly. On the bright side, our next assassin is doing a really good job. He's been going around killing squishy support heroes. That helps a lot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That was so zoomed. That was really weird. It was so zoomed in. Someday my Earthshaker games will be good, guys. I think my last one was pretty good. This one I haven't really made very good decisions, though. I don't know what was up. Giving some mana to the Timber Saw there. I still have wards that I could place, I guess. You can also farm neutrals pretty okay if you have Arcane Boots on Earthshaker, since you do so much AoE melee damage. You can proc the Aftershock very easily now, for example. Echo Slam really doesn't do that much to one guy. Does 160 and 40 echo damage per each enemy hit. I think it does more for a hero. I can't remember exactly how it works. I knew they're pressuring top a lot, so I decided to ward by the secret shop. It's a very uncommon ward spot there, actually, but they've spent so much time walking in and over there. I keep like getting caught there, and it's been quite frustrating. Fortunately, he just got blown up really hard.
I weave your fate.
We actually did have a sentry, so they spotted out the next assassin there. And now they're shifting towards mid lane, so we'll go shift towards the mid lane. I think our Spectre was rushing Radiance, by the way, and he ended up having a lot of gold for a really long time, but it took him forever to pick it up. Oops, where am I? So chasing them was not really going to work out since they already used the fissure. So why don't we back up again? No kills there. They're actually split pushing bottom, I think. Yeah, they already took that tower, so no huge loss there, but... I probably should have just walked. I was actually really close to that. We've ended up killing Spectre. Spectre kills Leshrac. Free ward gold. It's really hard to kill wards as an Earthshaker support. That's for sure. So we're kind of just playing like a really defensive game and waiting for our Spectre to get farmed, despite him having a rough early game. He still keeps getting killed. I think he explained that he just really didn't want to go for the Tranquil Drum build into Manta because, I mean, that's probably the best Spectre build right now. But it's kind of boring to go the same build every game, so he decided to go for a Radiance this game. Except he went for a squishy Radiance, which is kind of scary. Maybe he should have grabbed like Tranquil Vitality Booster into Radiance or something instead of going like straight Rad. Because they do actually have quite a few ganking heroes that make things kind of scary, so... Looks like they went on the Weaver here. I knew that the clock was over to the right. God, they have sentries everywhere. They're definitely going to deward that one later. Tried to get a triple stun off of that one, but I missed. We were able to kill that guy. Again, landing a stun on 2 people if possible. It's going to block off the clockwork as well. And that should be your main goal is when you're playing Earthshaker. You want to land the stun on as many people as you want, so or as possible. So at the initiation there, unfortunately Rex moved a little bit to the right on the Shadow Shaman, but I moved to the left to try to line up 3 heroes. I could fissure for 1 or 2, but if you can get 3 instead, it makes a big difference. So I'm always positioning myself based on whether or not you can get a better fissure, or just dropping an Echo Slam basically. And just landing on multiple heroes makes a huge impact, especially for the stun duration. I was a little unhappy that I didn't follow up on that. And again, somebody's in trouble, drop the fissure, run away. And I'm really close to Blink Dagger, so I can start making a really big contribution soon. I think I ended up killing the... Who was that died? The Clockwork maybe with my Echo Slam? But I did get an okay Echo Slam off. It allowed us to set up for the kill on the Weaver as well, so that was pretty good. And now my plan was basically just to come top and farm my Blink Dagger. I decided like I need to stop TPing around trying to save my allies. I literally just need to farm a Blink. If I can get the Blink farmed, then all of a sudden I can land Echo Slams and big combos and things like that. They have taken a Roshan in the meantime, and now I'm kind of in a place where I'm a little scared about getting dived. If a Weaver comes on me solo, he will definitely kill me. Like if he shows up in my lane and goes for the kill. I don't have a TP score right now, so that makes me really squishy. I ended up doing a combo, and unfortunately I missed one of those creeps, so I almost had a Blink Dagger. So unfortunately, slight mistake there that I missed that 1 CS. So I'll go back to base. Like I said, unfortunately, don't have a Blink, but I think I ended up selling my Ironwood branch here because I like really needed to get my Blink because they were going to push. I've got Echo Slam up as well, level 2. So sell my Iron, wait 5 seconds, get a Blink Dagger, and then run on mid. So there we go. Blink Dagger is purchased. And this is basically all you're ever going to need as an Earthshaker. I ended up blinking to get a little closer because I figured maybe I should have saved it, but I'm going to sit on the high ground here because I really don't want to get spotted by Clockwork. If Clockwork initiates on me, it could completely ruin our team fight. So I need to be able to blink initiate. So I'm just going to sit on the high ground. I don't want them to know where I am. This is going to hurt my initiation by like a second or 2, but as long as I don't get disabled or take player damage before I blink in, everything's going to be fine. We ended up taking a tower in the meantime, by the way. He's checking for me, most likely with Rocket, or just trying to do damage to people.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, my bugs.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So I saw the opportunity, and I went for it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I was able to kill the clock at least, but I saw the opportunity and I was going for it, and then the bugs hit me and they attacked me, and that disabled my Blink Dagger. So that's why my Echo was obviously hit nothing. So the bugs hit me. So
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So that was too bad. If you guys think that's the only thing I whiffed this game, you're wrong. I think I whiffed at least like one other ulti really bad this game. It was honestly not a very good Earthshaker game. So now that I have money, I can buy a wand. I'm going to buy extra smokes because I like stacking smokes and never using them. My enchant totem's getting leveled up as well. If you really want to, you can honestly not level this up. You can get stats instead if you're really interested. I do like leveling up because it does increase your burst slightly against some heroes. So if, for example, if we're trying to chain stun a Weaver and kill him, 300% damage is triple the damage of 84. So it's a little bit under what, like, it's like 240 damage or something like that. You get plus 240, so you end up doing a large amount of damage. I'm going to blink over to these guys with a smoke so that we can hopefully get a kill. And we spot the Weaver. We ended up killing him, so that was a pretty big kill there. Weaver's been doing really well recently.
To nature's foulest cloister.
Pick up a pretty extreme kill. That's one of the nice things that Blink affords you, is that it does allow you to set up enchant totem stuns very easily. So usually when you do Blink initiations, the combo should always be Echo Slam into Fissure into Enchant Totem. Some people like doing Echo Slam into Enchant into Fissure because the cooldown in Enchant is lower, so you can get that cooldown up a bit faster. But it's a little dangerous because sometimes you'll get stunned after you Echo if you try to do an Enchant because it doesn't catch as many heroes. So it's usually better to do Echo into Fissure if possible because it keeps them chain stunned. Usually when you initiate, you're going to catch people before they use their blacking bars, and if that's the case, then you want to keep them stunned for as long as possible so your allies can dish up the damage and hopefully just kill the guy.
Dire's bottom tower
So order is pretty important usually. It really depends how grouped they are. If they're like insanely clumped, it doesn't matter. You can do Enchant Totem immediately afterwards because they're unlikely going to do much to you anyways. And obviously I want to get as much out of my nukes as possible, so I'll Fissure the other group. Even if I don't end up going for the Centaurs. I was considering going... This should guarantee us the kill. And we got it, so... Fissure is really good. Pretty much an 8-second stun there. And there might be some action over in the jungle here, I guess.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My blink was a little weak there. I don't think it was worth that. Really got to kill these bugs. So it all worked out in the end. I think, honestly, my initial blink was not good. I could have maybe echoed that one. Maybe I didn't want to echo because there were some BKB heroes. I don't remember exactly, but I neglected from using echo on the first one, and I ended up using it really well on the second, so it ended up working out okay. I'm buying a Force Staff now because I wanted to have a second initiation method if possible. I've actually got a lot of EXP this game, so I kind of luck out and get my Echo Slam up to level 3, which increases the damage a lot, but... I basically wanted a way that I could not only escape clockwork, but I could also initiate if I take player damage, basically. And grabbing a Force Staff after your blink is actually really useful on Earthshaker. I definitely recommend it. I actually like it on a lot of initiation heroes now. I know Dendi does this in pubs all the time, just for enjoyment / getting his skill level up. And if you don't know what I mean by that, Dendi does this all the time in pubs. He'll grab a lot of blink daggers and a lot of Force Staffs, because then he gets really good at using blink daggers because he uses them so consistently. So he gets good at dodging spells with them. He gets good at like initiating or positioning better, things like that. The other reason Force is so great is because you can very easily use it towards saving your allies as well. And that's something I've gotten a lot better with over time. I used to not do this very well with Force Staff, but I'm a lot more mindful about allies that are out of position now and stunned. And just getting into practice using them is really what's important. You just have to get used to practicing and using those spells and stuff. Looks like might be Hero bottom. I was able to get the stun off there. I seem to remember feeling really weird about that fight. The problem was that I was trying to land a skill Fissure on this the Shadow Shaman, and I kept messing it up. Like I was gonna miss, basically, which is why I kept canceling it. So I kept canceling the Fissure, and then the hero died, so... Well, we got him to pop the BKB at least. And I'm just kind of waiting for everything to run out. Oh yeah, that was my whiff, guys. The guy was TPing and I was like, I'm definitely going to stun this guy. It's going to be great. And then it didn't happen. I got blown up so hard right there.
Your vital thread is broken.
It's a good shackle.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Nobody takes me.
That was a lot of damage. So mistakes I made there. I echo slammed nothing because the guy baited me for a TP. So basically I used echo slam for 135 gold. Not a good trade. I was just so sure that he was gonna go, and when he canceled, my brain was like, oh, react to this, and then I reacted by pressing the C button, and then I echo slammed nothing. It was great. I think that's all I do for whiffs this game. I'm pretty sure. So all the embarrassing moments are gone now. From here on out, it's all top 10 plays. I'm pretty sure. I don't think the Nyx can solo kill, I'm pretty sure. You can maybe try it now, I guess, once the battery cell runs out. Actually, I would love to see him grab the, if he would have grabbed the DD maybe, and initiated with that, that would have been really cool.
Stay near.
That was such a good stun. These guys all look dead.
And your spark. Slam it! Don't take that magnitude with me. Double kill.
I'm so dead, I think. I don't know why I stood in such a... I just like sat there and just like danced for so long. I don't know why I did that. Thinking now I'm like run right, or something.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think what ended up happening was the mech that Timbersaw used was phase shifted by the puck, so we didn't get the mech to land. We did take a tower though, so it's going okay. So I buy a Ghost Scepter because I realize the reason I keep dying is because I don't have magic immunity. Not magic immunity, sorry. Ghost, ethereal, one of those two words. And this is going to give me a lot more survivability against Weaver, basically. Like, in a period of time where I know he's going to attack me like 3 or 4 times, I can just simply use Ghost instead. So now I have 3 options for survivability. At this point I could sell my wand, probably, and that looks like that's what I end up doing. So now I've got Ghost Scepter, I've got Blink, and I've got Force F. My HP is actually really healthy right now. Earthshaker strength gain is not amazing, but it's not bad, 2.5. My int gain is regrettable, but whatever. My survivability is actually pretty good, and that's one of the nice things about support heroes that are strength heroes, is they do end up getting pretty naturally tanky. Most support heroes like Crystal Maiden and such, you have to buy those items to become useful. So it's like some stuff's happening over here. I was worried about this bug killing him, actually. This BKB lasted so long. I was heavily considering going on this one. And then I decided it was time to CS. He's actually still up there. Figured a gem would have helped a lot as well there. We couldn't actually see him that whole time that he was BKB'd and running. Just kind of anticipating. I'm up to 3 smokes. Pretty good. So we won the fight. Landed at least one good Echo Slam, guys. It's really easy to wait for the grouping, honestly. Like, it's not as hard as you guys might think. You just have to, when somebody's way out of position like that, and our Nyx was way out of position. When somebody's way out of position, right when they're getting ready to kill him, everybody always groups. And I just landed my Blink Dagger right on top of that. And then you just Echo, and you land a Fissure, and you land an Enchant Totem, and then they all are gonna die, basically. Because they take too much damage, like, they weren't ready for Magic Immunity, things like that. So, like, one simple nice play from me just completely ends the game, basically. It gave us a 4-for-0 kill. I think, or did they all die? I can't remember, but a lot of heroes died, including Weaver, for 600 gold. So, like, killing Weaver for that much just gives Timbersaw a big advantage. And you win a one-sided team fight. They still have dead heroes, so we took an entire Rax, and we're going to take a tier 2 for free. And we can probably even keep pushing. I don't have Echo Slam for another 30 seconds, but, like, it'll be up soonish. And that's one of the reasons that Earthshaker is like such an awesome support, basically.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm gonna try to set up for the when the BKB runs out now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Be pretty careful here. And I hate the bugs so much. The minus armor, I mean, look at my minus armor right now. They're really, really good over time. I needed that for the extra stun.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, they ended up killing everybody.
Someone chose a poor time to put me out of commission.
Unstoppable.
And at this point, Spectre's out of control because Spectre's a good hero in the late game, so
Dire's
all works
bottom
out.
tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
So,
Dire's
double
bottom
Rax.
barracks has fallen.
Support Earthshaker is really good in the late game once you get a Blink Dagger. The hardest part towards getting Earthshaker in the late game is just not feeding. Like, just Fissure, and you shouldn't really die that much, honestly. The only times you die is when you're over... When you're like, I want to land an Echo Slam, basically. If you ever want to land an Echo Slam...
Radiant structures are
Oh,
fortified.
God, I don't remember if I got here in time or not.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, I did. 6 denies, right,
Radiant's
guys?
top tower has been denied.
The only time you should really die in the early game is if you try really hard to save one of your allies.
Dire's ancient is under attack.
Monster kill.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it back before the game ends, so...
Dire's ancient is under attack. Dire's ancient is under attack.
I do not comprehend.
The stillness.
Radiant
Damage, man. So, first 40 minutes of that game, pretty mediocre / badly played, but it all worked out really well in the end. I got a couple good echoes off and made some plays and killed some important heroes, so my overall stats ended up okay. I could have played that a lot better. There was definitely quite a few mistakes that I made. That could have snowballed me harder as a support, but as a whole, I think my fissures were pretty on point and it all worked out okay. And it was a really close game, honestly. Like, their stats are still looking really good, and yeah, there's definitely some parts where things were not looking very good for us, but luckily we had the power of Spectre, and we had much better team fight than them. Spectre, Puck, Earthshaker is really good, and we had a lot more stuns as well. They had some pretty good heroes, but the OD didn't really snowball that great. She had to get a BKB because of all the stuns that we were working with, so that really hurts a lot because then you can't grab the sheep stick as fast, then her ulti does less damage and all that stuff like that. And Brax had a rough game as well. He ended up dying a lot for causes. I mean, obviously they were playing too aggressive a lot of times. They're going for kills in unsafe areas, but just hope to have our heroes in position to do AoE stuns and stuff. So, alright, that's an Earthshaker game. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will probably see you guys soon, hopefully streaming one of these days. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of casting going on here, so I haven't been able to stream as often, but I will be able to soon, I'm sure. The MLG thing is almost done, and I'll get back to streaming again in a bit. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.